Hey everyone, welcome to epicspeak. In today's video, we are looking at some short phrases and expressions that you can use to elevate your everyday conversations. These are phrases that are incomplete on their own, but when you add them before or after sentences, they will add so much meaning or feeling to your sentences. So let's get started. The first one is, I hate to tell you this. This phrase is used to introduce a statement that may be unpleasant or unwelcome to your listener and to express regret or reluctance about delivering the news. For example, if you need to inform someone that their application for a job has been rejected, you might say, I hate to tell you this, but your application was not successful. So this phrase is used to soften the impact of bad news and to convey empathy and concern for the listener's feelings.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I don't think we're ever going to find your son.
The next phrase is with good reason. This is an expression used to indicate that there is a valid explanation or justification for something. If someone is upset with their boss for not giving them a raise, you might say, she was upset with her boss and with good reason, as she has been working long hours and exceeding her targets without any recognition. So we use this phrase to acknowledge that someone's feelings or actions are justified or reasonable given the circumstances.
How could you not tell me about it?
Because you would have tried to talk me out of it.
With good reason. Flora Hernandez was not the girl you thought she was.
The next expression is for what it's worth. For what it's worth is an English expression used to introduce a statement or opinion that might not carry a lot of weight or significance. For example, if you're offering your opinion on a topic that you don't have much expertise in, you might say, for what it's worth, I think ... I think we should consider a different approach. Essentially, the phrase is used to indicate that what you're about to say might not be very valuable or useful, but you're going to say it anyway. It can also be used to suggest that you're not trying to force your opinion on theirs, but simply offering it as a point of discussion or consideration. For what it's worth, I think you should check out my other videos on this channel.
For what it's worth, I think you would make an incredible brunette.
I won't overlook you for what it's worth.
The next expression is if it's any consolation. Now, if it's any consolation is used to comfort someone who is upset or disappointed about something. It is typically used before providing some kind of positive information to help make the person feel better. For example, if someone has just received a bad grade on a test, you might say, if it's any consolation, everyone in the class struggled with that test. So this phrase is used to acknowledge the person's feelings and offer a little bit of empathy while also providing a small piece of information that might make them feel better. It's a way of saying, I understand how you're feeling and here's something that might help. So for somebody whose presentation did not win any awards, you can say, if it's any consolation, I thought you did a great job on the presentation.
Vince, it's over budget, overly complicated. It's over.
This is unbelievable.
If it's any consolation, he thought you were great in what he saw, and so did I.
The next expression is give or take. Give or take is used to indicate that a number or quantity might be approximate or subject to some variation, not exact or precise. If someone asks you what time a movie starts, they might say the movie starts at 7 p.m., give or take a few minutes. So this phrase is used to suggest that a number or quantity is not exact or precise, but instead an approximation. The meeting will start at 9 a.m., give or take a few minutes.
How long does it mean? 7 years. Give or take.
The next expression is far from it. Far from it is used to indicate that something is the opposite of what was just said or suggested. So if someone says, I heard you're really good at playing the piano, You might say, far from it. I've only been playing for a few months. In this case, the phrase far from it indicates that your piano playing abilities are not as advanced as the speaker thinks. So this phrase is used to contradict or correct someone about something that's just been said. For example, I thought he was a good candidate for the job, but when we interviewed him, he was far from it.
But that experiment was a fail.
Far from it.
The next expression is on the contrary. This expression is used to contradict or express an opposite opinion to what has just been stated. If someone says, I heard that the new restaurant in town is terrible, you might say, on the contrary, I thought the food was excellent when I went there last week. So on the contrary is used to express an opposite view or a negative opinion to something that's just been said. For example, some people think that technology makes us less social. On the contrary, it allows us to connect with people all over the world. The next expression is in light of. This phrase is used to introduce a statement or action that's being made in response to a particular situation. So if a company is experiencing financial difficulties, they might say, in light of our recent financial losses, we have decided to reduce our operating costs. So this phrase in light of is used to explain why something is being done or said, or to provide context for the situation. In light of the recent rise in COVID cases in India, the government has issued a curfew again.
Kimmy, we're aware that you've been through a lot. In light of that, Columbia would like to present you with this honorary degree.
The next expression is by and large. So by and large is used to summarize a general situation. You can say by and large, most people seem to be in favor of this proposal. Or you can say by and large, most people are happy with their jobs, but there are always some who are dissatisfied. So by and large means in general. The next one is to the best of my knowledge. To the best of my knowledge means based on my current understanding or based on the information that I have. But I don't have all the facts and I'm not entirely certain of the accuracy of the statement. If someone asks you a question about a topic that you're not an expert in, you might say, to the best of my knowledge, I believe the answer is ... So it's used to say that you're not entirely certain of the accuracy of your response. But according to what I know, this is what I think. For example, to the best of my knowledge, the meeting has been rescheduled for next week, but I'm not certain. You will have to ask the HR. Hey, if you like this video, share it with people you think might benefit from it.